What up, Splitches? Welcome to your mom's favorite podcast and mine too. This is Split Ends. I'm Colleen Wolfe with my friend Erica Tamposi. It was an emotional night, I'd say, for the Split Ends text chain, considering producer Aaron is a Bills fan. Erica, you are a Patriots fan. So just wanted to check in on everybody's mental health today. I know that you're doing great, right?
I mean, yeah, I think I'm doing okay. I guess I'm doing okay.
You're beaming.
Yeah, you know. Aaron, loser!
Aaron, how are you?
I think the most embarrassing thing is Erica posted something to her Instagram story that was like a Patriots win graphic with Eminem's "Lose It" is the background music. So even though she won, she has "Lose It" as her song. I don't know.
Why did you lose it? Ah, go crazy! Ah, I was running through brick walls.
You went with Eminem by choice. You could have gone with anyone.
You know, I could have, yeah, but I was just feeling good and feeling great. And Aaron, we were texting throughout the game, and you wanted updates because you were at a Hanukkah party. And then, the text chain got a little quiet. Mm-hmm. Then I would send you guys my own tweets, and then you guys would both roast me about me sending my own tweets.
Well, because, okay, Erica, we're on Twitter, so we see when you tweet. So you don't have to then text us your tweets. And then, Aaron, she doubles down and goes, hey, did you see that I tweeted this today? So she's telling me in person and in text and tweeting it. So honestly, it would be really difficult to miss anything that you say on Twitter.
Right. That's weird because you don't engage with anything that I tweet or
I was
say.
going to say, I intentionally didn't like any of them.
We do that on purpose.
I know.
It's all out of love.
I tweeted last night. If you guys didn't see it, check it out, all right? I tweeted that if Mac Jones threw a pass, I would shave my head.
The fourth time I'm hearing it now.
Okay, you're a professional. You're going to act like this is the first time. You ready? So I want you to be super engaged. So, buddy, last night, watching the game, super crazy. They're running. And I go, okay, if Mac Jones throws a pass, I'm going to shave my head. Mm-hmm. Then the next minute,
mm-hmm.
What does he do? He throws a pass.
So why isn't your head shaved?
Because I quote tweeted it my own self and said, take a joke.
All right, so Erica Tamposi is with us. Aaron, I'm so sorry about the loss.
Yeah, Aaron, that sucks. I'm really sorry, but I'm not because the coin.
Wait, what are you even talking about right now?
The coin said that the Pats were going to lose twice.
Oh, that's right.
Said that the Raiders were going to win, and they didn't. So maybe there's a split ends curse. Maybe.
There could be. But I'm not going to put that bad juju on us. Come on. Listen, the game last night, the Patriots-Bills game, I'm obsessed with weather games. So this was everything to me. I loved that. I don't know why it's not a dome, by the way, but before the game, it seemed like it was more of an issue. The wind and the snow. I guess it's lake effect snow. I don't know. But David Andrews, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, he looked like a freaking gladiator walking through the wind and the snow with shorts and just a t-shirt on, which I never understand how they can do it. But you know what? They're football players,
Didn't you
bro.
used to do that in college?
What?
Well, I'm from, the New England area, so the snow and all that kind of stuff. As soon as it would hit 40 degrees, we were outside in shorts and t-shirts day drinking in the sun when it was 40. So I feel like it's a different...
It's a thing.
It's a thing. You didn't do that in Philly? You were bundled up?
I mean, I figure skated in a t-shirt.
Right?
But
so
that's just because I run hot. It's hot in the studio. I don't know why I'm wearing a sweater right now.
Very tight, not oversized.
Anyway, I know that Monday Night Football graphics are on your radar.
Oh, I love them.
What'd you think about last night's graphics? Because I'm pretty sure, what was it, Bill Belichick and Mac Jones in front of the Home Alone house?
Yes,
which
with the
was
car.
Very weird.
Right.
It's almost it's a little too much for me. And then there was a snowball fight, too.
The snowball fight really was, upsetting my OCD because the snowballs, they were holding big shields, right? And then they were throwing the snowballs, but each snowball went over the shield. And I'm like, I'm not a graphic animator, but, I would have liked to see a ball hit the shield.
Yeah.
the snow. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that would have been a good little payoff there.
That upset me.
So we're just airing our grievances here about the Monday Night Football graphics. Also, some things that I took away from the Manning cast, which it's really growing on me. I'm
Really?
loving
I
it
didn't watch
more
it at
and
all.
more
I didn't
every
watch a
week.
cent.
Peyton Manning calls the 25-yard line the friend zone, which I absolutely love. That's going to be used just every single week for me. Also, Peyton said that every offseason he watched every single missed touchdown opportunity, which seems a little psychotic
Of
to me.
himself?
Yeah, like every time they didn't score a touchdown and he was quarterbacking, I guess they would cut that up and he would watch every single one. Joe Buck was like, "That sounds like a great time."
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, my favorite thing about the Manning cast is the fact that such a staple is making fun of Peyton Manning, and Eli is just so likable now. He's so funny on it. I love it. You don't watch it, you don't know.
I mean, it's hard for me to pay attention to a game, and a game like last night, it felt I was so on pins and needles, and I didn't have any work obligations after, so I got to really sit down. I put the Christmas tree on, I lit a few candles, I locked Jet in her room. I was like, "You stay back there." In her room, we have separate rooms.
Okay.
And I was like, "You stay back there."
Really painting a picture of everything for us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No. So I was like, I'm gonna watch this, and then I did a lot of pacing, and I didn't want to have like Eli and Peyton and Joe Buck being like, "Hey, that's why I'm in my house in Malibu because I love commercial breaks," like their little jokes. I'm like, I need to focus on the craziest game plan in NFL history.
Just run the ball.
Just run.
You don't have to do anything else.
Just run, Colleen.
That's what I'm going to do to the holiday party tonight.
Yeah?
I'm just running straight there.
Are you nervous? What are you wearing?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm very excited. This is when Connie Fox shines.
Oh, my God.
I've been looking forward to the Christmas party all season long.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what I'm going to wear. Not this sweater, that's for sure.
Too hot.
Too hot. Maybe a jumpsuit. Who knows?
Yeah. I went to I went to Nordstrom's. Got a few jumpsuits. Threw them in the old carriage. Brought them home. Did the old I'm not gonna try it on. Now, because I'll just return it. None of them worked. So kind of going through a tough.
I think you know what? Just flip a coin. Call the coin guy up.
Yeah.
Get Evan on the line.
Yeah.
And see if he can help you make a decision.
Speaking
on
of
this jumpsuit.
on the line, I was running a little late to the studio today, and I gave you a call, and something happened that I wasn't really expecting. What I heard.
What?
So I'm just gonna call you now.
Okay.
Okay, and I want the listeners to hear what I just heard. Okay, so here we go. I'm calling her. Okay. What?
Uh-oh. What's that? A phone call. Should I answer? It's Temposi. Probably not. It's my trap remix. It's great.
I love that. Did you make it? Did you download it?
I wish I made this. Are you kidding me?
Just like in all your free time.
I'm just in my room like mixing whoop. Good thing this isn't live. Yeah, so
just mixing in your room because you have a separate one from John.
Exactly. Yeah, right. One of the things, real quick, I thought was really funny on the holiday party email, and this is probably we could cut all of this out probably.
No, we're
but
leaving it all.
there is like a couple bullet points to just ahead of the Christmas party. And one of them is, once at the party, please use your sound judgment and know your limits. So, Erica, I think that was directly to you.
Speaking of, Aaron, where are we with our Surge sponsorships?
Man, I'm so sorry, Erica. I reached out to Surge, the soda from the early 90s.
Oh,
and
no.
I spent all week trying to get them to sponsor us and then realized they'd gone out of business. So we're going to need another week.
Okay.
Sorry.
Man.
Okay. Well, your husband, John, sent me a picture, and he was like, "Erica, I found Surge." And above the Surge was something called Jungle Juice, which was even more alcohol content. So, Jungle Juice, if you're out there, give Split Ends a call.
That's exactly what you need. Some jungle juice. I have a proposal for you, Erica. I think that we should take the show on the road for all of our Splitties fans, and we got to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, so tell me about this past trip before we look ahead, because New Orleans looked like amazing.
I got to go back.
Right.
I wasn't there for enough time. As soon as I landed, I was given a bag of beignets.
Oh
Like,
my
that's
God.
not even, I'm not exaggerating, from
Okay.
Cafe Du Monde. It was so good. They were delightful. I had gumbo, which was great. Irv stole my show notes right before the show started, so that was fun and
Okay.
interesting indifferent. He, I guess, accidentally picked them up, and then I was like, cool, I don't have any of the notes that I worked on at all, so I'm just going to wing everything.
Well,
and
look flawless. Your halftime killed it. You killed it during the halftime.
I don't do the halftime, only for exclusives. What the heck?
Killed it at halftime. I love that.
So it was Joe Thomas's birthday
Yes.
this weekend. So we celebrated on Bourbon Street, which was a lot of fun.
And it was your first time there, right?
Yes, with
Okay.
Jane Slater. So Jane Slater
Was
was
it Jane's first time or no? She's
no.
a pro.
Jane's been there before. Jane
pro.
knows all about it. Jane was ordering us hurricanes the size of my head.
Oh.
Turns out there's a lot of sugar in those.
Yeah.
Not great the next day.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and there were also Jell-O shots going around, and they came. This was really weird. It came in like a form of a gigantic needle, and then like you just inject
It into your
it
mouth.
into someone's face.
You know, you're gonna find this hard to believe, Colleen, but I've done that before.
Great. Splitties, let us know if you've done that before too. So that was last Thursday. This Thursday though, heading to Minneapolis, and it's like 6 degrees, and that's exciting for my body temperature.
Yeah, you know it's fun when we're like prepping before the show and we're outside the studio because there's, we'll pull back the curtain a little bit. There's a show in here before us. So Colleen and I, we're in the back alley doing what we got to do to get ready for the
right
show.
next to the dumpster.
Yeah, and someone walks by and they're like, Colleen, 6 degrees in Minnesota. Like, people are like, hey, Colleen's going to be cold this week.
Yep. Thank you, Jen Koski, for pointing that out. I am going to be cold this week, but that's okay and everyone's like, come on. They don't play outside, guys. Yeah, our pregame show is outside.
Even
and
then.
then we go inside.
Even in a Minnesota type situation.
That stadium's really great, though, because when we were there for the Super Bowl, you can't even first of all, it's beautiful. And
I think it might be my favorite.
I think the fans there, no matter what, there's a lot of cities we go to where sometimes the game starts and the seats haven't really filled in all the way yet. Minneapolis, the Vikings fans, they come out and they are there right before kickoff. I mean, the whole place is filled. It's rocking. They have awesome fans. And after what happened last week, losing to the Lions.
They were due, though. They were due. That was such a great.
They were due?
I
don't think the Vikings fans are going to be happy about that.
No, of course not. But this Vikings team has been up and down the entire season. Like, anytime that anyone's like, I know exactly what the Vikings are, you don't.
It's basically the Who Can You Trust Bowl, and I feel like I can't trust either of these teams.
Right.
Both teams, they didn't beat the Lions. You have the Steelers who tied.
Yep.
And somehow both of these teams are still in playoff contention, which it makes the game amazing, but what a season this has been. So last second plays decided the game for both of these teams on Sunday. The Steelers, they kept their season alive by denying the Ravens a 2-point conversion. And then the Vikings, they lost to the Lions, making Mike Zimmer's seat pretty hot.
Yeah, I'd say. But also at the same time, a coaching decision to go for it on fourth when wasn't it like a very far away and Dan Campbell was just like, let's just, balls to the wall, go for it. So, yes, Mike Zimmer is in a tough spot, but at the same time, the Vikings are doing well enough that I think that he might be okay.
Well, we're going to ask Cynthia Frelund when she joins us about this game a little bit more because she's going to come through. She's bringing her model. I don't know what that means, if it's like a huge computer or if it's just something that like she has in the old brain. But she's going to bring it in here, and we're going to predict some things.
Yeah, that's great. I love predictions. They always go the way that I want them to.
They always do. Great. So let's do a little headline check to get us caught up on what you need to know this week. Here we go. Ready, Erica?
I think so.
All right.
It's been a long week.
The coin, it's defeated. Raiders lose to the Washington football team, and it's not our fault. We did not jinx the coin.
No, that is not hot. Not hot at all. But then again, kind of hot because the coin said that the Patriots were going to lose last night to the Bills. So, not hot. Jared Goff's girlfriend, Kristen Harper, was doing a modeling shoot for Sports Illustrated when they told her the Lions won and showed her the video. She started tearing up and was so happy watching Jared throw the winning touchdown.
That's hot. We stand supportive partners.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. Okay, this one, Erica. The Patriots denied Peyton Manning his interview request for Mac Jones prior to Monday Night Football. Peyton Manning, he's just like us.
Hot. Nobody wants to do interviews, and I think that's amazing that Mac Jones was like, oh, you're going to have to call my parents. I mean PR.
The Patriots being like, no, Peyton Manning, you cannot talk to our quarterback. Denied.
NFL Network's own Bridget Condon asked Cooper Kupp about his touchdown, and he gave this answer.
Touchdown specifically, your defender went and blitzed. What did you see there? How were you able to use that to your advantage?
Yeah, they set a little 3-deep fire zone, brought the nickel off the edge, safety dropped down. It didn't look like they were doing a replacement fire zone, so I knew at the back away we were going to get 3 pushing through. I had an opportunity to kind of run in there if I could beat my guy, and just had to beat the safety to the end zone.
Hot or not?
That's hot, but I have really no idea what he just said, and we're going to have to slow that down and break it down bit by
I
bit.
have no idea what just happened.
Okay, how about this? Trevor Lawrence's long, flowing blonde hair is in a new Subway commercial.
Not. Why don't we win maybe another game before we start with the brand deals? And, like, when I'm thinking about eating a sub and then the blonde hair's flowing over the sub.
I don't want hair in my sub.
Less appetizing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
The Panthers fired OC Joe Brady halfway through their bye week, and 20 minutes after the early games kicked off, head coach Matt Rule said, "We can be much better on offense." Hot or not?
Not. They need to fix their timing on offense and personnel decisions. Apparently, they couldn't find Joe Brady to fire him, so that was part of the delay there. Very odd. Okay, Bruce Arians, how about this? Hot or not? Says he's dealing with an inflamed Achilles tendon he suffered while exercising.
Yeah, this is not hot, and this is why I think nobody should exercise.
Exactly. I'm with you on that platform.
Definitely.
1000%.
So Belichick was asked in a presser last night after the game how he can prepare for the Bills and Pats when they face off again for the second time. And Bill Belichick gave a nice Bill Belichick smirk and was basically like, well, they haven't seen any of our passing game, which is amazing.
That's hot. Bill
So
Belichick
hot.
has jokes, and I didn't even realize it.
Jokes.
And I don't want to like the Patriots. This is the problem for me right now because really this team is number one. They have the number 1 seed in the AFC right now after all of
And
this.
the Bills dropped down to 7.
Ah! I feel like Aaron right now.
Yes, it is tough. It is tough, and it's tough to be a Patriots fan. And I'm
Oh,
also going to put
okay.
it out here that Bill Belichick, Coach of the Year.
Coach of the year.
They went from last year's team, and he took a rookie quarterback to this record and turned that defense around from 1 year ago. I don't know. Okay, LaFleur
Why
wins a
can't
bunch.
we get rid of the Patriots? We're
Oh.
never, ever through this. It's always the same thing with them. They always have these advantages. I was looking at their schedule, too, because
Just for fun?
yeah, they had extra time, obviously, going into this game because of the Monday night. Then they have extra time the next time they play the Bills because they play the Colts on a Saturday. And then they finish with the Jaguars and the Dolphins.
Right, but
Like-
the Dolphins have the Patriots number. Like, most times, the Week 17 game, well, it's 16, whatever, 18. There's so many different weeks this year that I can't keep track of what
But
is
it's the
when.
same weeks every year.
No, there's an extra game.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I'm confused. But either way, they'll go down into Miami and then probably
Miami.
lose. Miami.
They're interesting now, too, the Dolphins, by the way.
Yeah, they've turned everything around as well, which is going to be interesting. But I don't know. The Bills, I'm not counting them out. I think it was a fluke game. Obviously, that wind was so insane that I mean, that was crazy. But before we, get into our guest, who I'm super excited to sit down with because it's been a little while, like, I just want to go back to that Bridget clip that went viral, which
Oh,
number
yeah.
one, first of all, welcome to the network, Bridget. Congratulations on going viral on every sports
Hey,
network
Bridget.
ever, which is hilarious because she just asked a question and it went great. Good on her to ask the question to get that. But I watched that clip maybe 400 times.
Wow.
And
You've had a busy morning.
Yeah, it's been a long night. I watched it all night, the whole night. But I just want to know why, like, what did Cooper Kupp
Oh,
say?
guess what? We
What?
have some more clarification on this.
Okay.
Kurt Warner, he was on Good Morning Football this morning,
Oh.
and he cleared it all up for us. Let's take a listen.
Okay.
Simply means that they're bringing pressure, and instead of playing man behind it, they're playing zone. And what he's saying is somebody popping out to replace that zone, so he couldn't run through the middle of the field if somebody was popping out into that zone because the running back was going weak. He was saying that replacement guy had to move to the weak side, opening up the middle of the field. Boom, bang, bing, I'm in the end zone.
Boom, bang, bing, I'm in the end zone.
Okay,
so that's it.
so that makes way more sense to me now.
It does.
Right?
It does, actually.
Right? Like, I could actually regurgitate that in a conversation. If you and I are
Let's
sitting,
do it.
You're sitting at a bar. Okay, we're at a bar, right? We're just talking. We're just girls talking ball. Here
Girls
we are.
talking ball.
We're at the bar.
Why didn't we name the podcast that?
Girls talking ball.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, you see the Rams game this weekend, pal?
Oh, yeah, just had a little 3-deep fire zone.
Oh, yeah. You know what I saw? You know when I was watching the tape, I pulled the tape back up and I was like, oh, bing, bang, boom, in the end zone.
Bring the nickel off the edge.
Yep.
Done.
Pick up a quarter,
Zango.
back,
Boom.
touchdown.
Down. All right, let's bring our special guest in right now.
Oh, yes. Let's welcome her in, Cynthia.
Frelund.
Sounds great.
Joining us now, Cynthia Frelund, our numbers guru, our stats queen. You can hear on Game Day View, Game Day Morning, and a ton of other shows with game in the title. Welcome to Split Ends.
Hello. Oh, well, thanks for having me, guys. You know, I'm glad to be here.
Long overdue.
I have a lot of split ends. I was actually thinking that as I was sitting in there.
What?
Really?
No, you don't. You have very all day
no,
hair.
I do. Oh, it's disgusting.
I just got mine cut. I got my hair
That's
cut.
great.
You did it yourself?
No,
Oh, thank God.
I've been cutting my own hair.
Don't
with
cut your
scissors.
that would be a nightmare for me.
Yeah, but I finally had someone else who actually knows what they're doing cut it.
So you
I
went
know
to
it doesn't
Supercuts?
show, but
You went
I
to
went to
Super-
Supercuts. Yeah, that's what happened. Cynthia, great to see you.
Hello.
Great to be here, guys.
So I was talking
miss you
about your
guys.
model, and I kind of need to know just more about your model in
Sure.
general, how this works. Do you have just like a gigantic computer at your house, like one of the first computers that were ever made? Because I don't know why this is how I picture it going, and then you sit for hours in front of this gigantic machine, and it spits out predictions.
Kind of. Well, earlier this morning, Dan Hanzu said that it was like a meat locker with a red light, and it was in my room, and I'd go in there and then come out. I was like, "There's no that's not even remotely true." But
Okay.
so that's way closer
A
than what
meat
he did.
locker.
Like,
yeah, just like that big.
It's
Like a
huge. Yeah,
big
I was like,
thing.
no, that's not. No, it's not very big. I mean, it's like a tower, like a regular tower.
I thought you were bringing, because everyone's like, oh, Cynthia's going to bring her model. So I
Oh.
was looking for a model to be walking in after you,
Yeah.
and you didn't.
Well, you guys are the models.
Mac
The
Jones.
models are already here. The
Yes.
models are already here, guys. You know, I don't have to bring them. They're already here on the Split Ends podcast.
Wait, so this computer is actually
Well-
like large?
well,
Like,
like
it's
you
not-
get
you're
a
not just doing
tower,
this on
like a
laptop?
normal tower.
Like a real computer, not a laptop.
Well, no, but then you can use a laptop like a screen to get like the tower is where like all the computing gets done, right? And then you can use a screen that's kind of attached to it. And luckily, like things got real small now, so you don't have to like, it's not that big.
Are you like in development for an app?
That's a funny question. It's a long answer, but
She's like, actually, I'm
I'm
here to
not
break some news.
I'm not a front end developer.
Okay.
So, because like any model is, and everyone who has algorithms, right? It's like you can go. Pro Football Focus has an algorithm. They do they do something similar to what I do for, with their score outputs and stuff. And all it is like how you create, it's a recipe and like we all have the same ingredients and like how much sugar I put in versus, chocolate chips versus peanut butter makes mine taste different than yours, right? So that's all it is. It's just a recipe.
Well, now I understand.
Now
Now
we
I
could
get
do
it.
it.
You could.
Right?
You could easily do it.
Build our own model.
You
Yes.
could easily do it. You could. If you really wanted to, I'm sure both of you could. It's just why would anyone want to spend this much time doing something so thankless? Like, who
But
knew it would pay off, right?
Shouldn't the NFL like trademark your?
No. Keep going.
Model?
Listen, do you want to represent me? Because they got to buy it first.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen. We've got the model, brains, beauty,
All of it.
all of it. She has a supercomputer. PFF, you said, has their own model.
I mean, the supercomputer is right up here.
Right.
It's upstairs in her brain.
Hey.
That's the real supercomputer.
Hey, this is an audio program. Colleen was tapping her noggin, you guys.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My just so you know, when I got my first job at ESPN, so I worked at Disney. And
My
then when I
first
went
job
from-
was at scooping ice cream, but
Well, no, my first job
So
was
was
at
mine.
a place called Dusty's Cellar cleaning a pastry case. So, but my first job, I had a
Wait, it
couple
was a
different.
bakery named Dusty's?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I like that.
It was super cute.
Wow.
If you're ever in East Lansing, Michigan, Dusty's Cellar, you got to go there. They're the best.
Okay.
The same people still work there. Ask for Diane. She'll say, Cindy
Diane.
Freeland? Cindy Freeland sent you? Heck no. You got the pasta shaped like Sparty because it's where Michigan State is.
That's incredible.
I love
it. Anyways, but my interview, because I was already on I worked out here at Disney and I worked in finance and like making big financial models. Then when I went
For
to go
Disney, like Lion King. Not
actually
doing
like
well.
the acquisition of Lucasfilms, like Star Wars. That was fun. Buying
wow.
them, that's a lot of money. That was like the most money I'll ever see.
Wow.
So I mean, it's
Wow.
my
So
money.
you are single-handedly
No. There were
responsible
hundreds
for
of people.
Star Wars.
There were hundreds of people that no.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
this is the
actually
biggest
saw me.
split ends get we've ever had.
Yep.
Star Wars fans out there,
Congratulations.
you should thank Cindy.
Wow. Exactly. Get that pasta that's shaped like Sparty if you're in East Lansing. No. But my first interview, they made me in the interview, I had to make a computer.
What do you mean?
That was the job interview.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like-
That's the most intense job
Oh,
interview I've
I
ever
almost
heard.
cried. Yes. But I guess it worked.
What, like out of cardboard?
Yeah, I had a cover. No, they have all the
Built it
different
with her bare
felts.
hands.
You like have a motherboard and you like the chips, you make the circuit, you make the computer work, and has to do some function. I know it's really intense.
Wow.
I'm
Okay,
glad
so-
someone tipped me off first because I would have really failed that.
I'm blown away.
I'm
blown away.
impressive.
No, it's
Yeah.
just nerdy stuff. Like nobody spends their time doing this stuff because it's absolutely useless for 99% of the world.
But it does come in handy when we're talking about the playoff picture.
Yep, exactly.
And when we're talking about game picks and everything else that has to do with the NFL. So your playoff picture now, I'm sure obviously week to week it changes.
Yep.
So what this past week in week 13, what was the biggest factor in just how it changed everything for your model?
Well, the Chiefs became very, very likely the number 1 seed. Like
Okay.
before they were 1, but it was by a very fractional percent, and now they're like 5.
Because they beat the Broncos so handedly. It was like
No, it's also because they've fixed their defense. You know, like they're
Right.
getting healthier. They looked a lot. I mean, 9 points, that's a lot better than what we were seeing in the beginning of the season when you just couldn't stop the floodgates. And, you know, you even are seeing Patrick Mahomes making some mistakes and turning the ball over still. But they also had some weird bad luck. I mean, that Asante Samuel interception against the Chargers was like, try to recreate that. Good
Right,
luck. You
right.
can't. But, like, so they had some bad luck too. But it was interesting. But actually, it was the Steelers who helped the Chiefs the most.
Oh,
right.
interesting.
by winning.
Yeah. Well, maybe John Harbaugh deciding to go for
Right.
2. I don't know whose fault it was, but
Right.
the Steelers winning helped put because that one bye is super crucial. And
Right.
the AFC is a cluster. Like who is good? We don't even
The
know.
Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots are good. But are they Super Bowl
Sorry,
good?
Aaron.
I don't know.
What did you
know?
think of Harbaugh going for 2 there? I mean, considering his secondary was just like ravaged with injuries, so I get that. But what was your thoughts when he went for it?
You know, his explanation, I like his explanation. He's like, you have to try to win the game at some point. I mean, you do. And you could go into overtime. The Steelers could get the first possession and, like, okay, then what? You've just actually potentially just play a few more minutes and,
And he
puts more
said
wear and
they
tear
were
on
like
the body.
practically out of corners at that point.
They were,
like
Right.
yeah.
literally could not
So-
stop them if they got the ball.
Look, I know his analytics guy. His name's Daniel. He's very well covered, Sports Illustrated. Like, everyone did all
Shout
this. like,
out,
big,
Dan.
He's great. And he probably told him, like, to go for it gives you this, and to not go for it gives you that. And it was probably going for it was the lower probability thing. But that's the whole beauty of it. Like, you can always make the lower probability decision, right? You have to, like, the whole point is to know which one it is. So I don't fault him for making that decision. I also know that he knew it was a low probability decision. You know, like I don't think he thought like this one's a shoe in, like we got it in the bag. You know,
Yeah.
I think they're like this is our best outcome for given all of our injuries and the situation, and we just need to get off the field. Like let's go.
So now the dominoes fall as they have, and in your model, the Chiefs
Get the bye.
They get the bye, and the fact that the Steelers, they got that win, now they're going to play the Vikings Thursday Night Football. Let's talk a little bit about that game and what your model
your
says
coat ready?
about that. Oh my God, are you kidding
At least
me?
it's not outside. You're fine.
No, our pregame show is outside.
Yeah, and the halftime show's outside too.
We don't do halftime, Erica, only during exclusives.
I told Colleen
Get it
I watch her
down.
every halftime show.
Perfect.
She's like, I don't do a halftime show.
That's my supportive podcast partner, Erica. So awesome. Okay, so Steelers Vikings. Big Ben talking about he's going to retire after
Yep.
the season. I don't.
Oh
think that's
God!
a
Can we
surprise.
stop?
But now
this
he's
already?
walking it
Also,
back.
I watched way too many of his pressers this morning. This man's needs like I've had enough of him. Can I retire him, please?
Yeah.
Like, he sucks.
Yeah.
Like his ego is massive.
Also,
Who are you? He said something like, "Well, the NFL just likes how much money they make on Thursday." And I'm like, "Stop it! You make that money, you idiot! It filters down to you. Where do you think they get your paycheck
Right.
from, buddy?"
I love this fire.
right?
I don't know why. That guy
Also,
just
too,
infuriates
I mean,
me.
Big
Mike
Ben,
Tomlin.
Big Ben as a person, you know, Steelers fans are like, he's our hero.
Shut
We
up.
don't need to get into it, but like,
No.
come on.
I think that
Yeah.
means Mike Tomlin might be coach of the year because dealing with that cluster, lordy.
yeah.
Mike
Like-
Tomlin, I feel like should be
Every
coach
year.
of the year every single
Every year. That guy's a mess. That guy's
Yeah.
a train wreck. Like,
Yeah.
he probably
Deal
has
with
like
him.
several, you know, like you get those knots in your back. He probably like names them. He's like, Ben, when he's getting them massaged out.
Okay, so Ben
worst.
Roethlisberger is on
The
Cynthia's
worst.
radar, very
Yes.
much so.
Who's going to win?
Well, I saw some good news for the Vikings. I have a pretty strong win for the Vikings. I don't think their loss to the Lions with like half their team gone is an indication of who
Right.
they are. Patrick Peterson looks like he's back from the COVID list. I believe he was activated. That's a huge deal because
Yeah.
I mean Cam Dantzler alone is good, but you saw what happened with him on Ross St. Brown in the last second against
Right.
the Lions, right? Very happy as a Lions fan, but I think Patrick Peterson will make a big difference in this one because they have such an inconsistent pass game. The run game, obviously, I think Najee Harris, like if you're playing fantasy, you're going to play Najee Harris, but I think that the Steelers, unfortunately, other than him, nothing is reliable. Maybe a Pat Fryermuth touchdown, but like.
Or a drop.
Whatever.
You know, I mean, with how
one or the other.
Yeah, you don't know.
That's true. Both run defenses, like, not great in this game either. So.
And what's going on with Thielen? What's the latest with that?
Said he might come back this year, I think. Okay. I don't know. This doesn't seem promising. Just Justin Jefferson. You're fine.
Okay.
You know, and then you could go whatever, Osborne. You could, I mean, don't get too tricky with, like, I'm not over putting, like, I'm not like, you know what, I'm going to figure out this passing offense so that I can, you know, fantasy, blah, 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 and, like, not worried about that. I'm just like, KJ Osborne, fine, whatever. Like, Justin Jefferson, Alexander Madison, you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
So Vikings.
Okay. So Vikings,
yeah.
Vikings got the win.
All right.
It's that horn. That's a button.
Yes, is it Yallerhorn?
Yeah,
Yallerhorn?
I can't say it.
A soft J? Yallerhorn?
You're asking the
Why?
wrong person.
I
I
don't
have,
know.
I have
Soft
no
J?
idea. I have no idea. All right, what about the Bills-Bucks? Brady said that this game is the Bucks' biggest game of the season, which I don't know about
But
that.
doesn't Brady say that every game
yeah,
is
he's
like, it's like we're playing the Jags. It's our biggest game of the season, right? Like, come on.
Right.
This one's interesting. I think that Tre'Davious White, so they lost Tre'Davious White, who's their best corner. I would say their best defensive player, like, period, full stop. Last game. This past game against the Pats, it did make a difference. You didn't see it because they only threw the ball, like, one time, three times. But he would have been helpful in stopping the run, too. They play a little different. They have great safeties on the Bills team, but without Tre'Davious White, I'm really interested to see how they're going to stop Tom Brady from passing the ball.
Right. Did you hear Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, what they said after the game?
Which one? Which one?
We'll get to that. It's our split end of the week.
Oh, I love it.
It was getting a little sassy between them and a reporter.
Yeah, when he's like, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
When he said, is that what you're talking about? Oh, so good. So when I did preseason for the Bills,
this is our producer, iHeart producer Aaron. He's a big Bills fan.
Aaron, go Bills!
So he was kind of upset last night. I was
upset last night.
I was being a jerk, Aaron. I want to formally apologize. I was just poking fun.
Is this sincere?
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't know what to do. He's speechless.
If I believe that, yeah.
Do we need a breaking news drop?
No, I'm sorry, Aaron. I know that you wanted this, and I was a jerk.
Well, I appreciate the thought, Erica.
but apology not accepted.
Great.
We have another game. We'll see what happens next time.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to get Josh Allen going a little bit more, too. They need to have him,
How can you
running
even
around.
look at the game against the Patriots in the wind, in the cold, and anything, and take anything away from that besides, you know, Bill Belichick having all this passing, you know, offense that they haven't seen yet? Like, I just don't think you can look at this game last night and be like, oh, the Bills are crumbling. Like, there's no way you can take that away.
And you can't also crown the Patriots either.
Of course not.
Because, I mean, neither one is
right.
I don't know. It's interesting. But, because, by the way, is Matthew Judon okay? That's a big problem.
Yes.
Is Adrian Phillips okay? Also a big problem. I mean, injuries are a really big deal. I don't know. The thing I took away from last game is that the Bills need to be better at stopping the run. I took that away from the Colts game also when Jonathan Taylor had, you know, just all of the touchdowns. So that was too much. But Bills need to be able to stop the run a little bit better.
Okay, so Bills-Bucks.
Bills-Bucks. It's hard. I'm not done with that one yet. I'm not look. We got.
What does your gut tell you then?
My gut
Forget about the model.
My gut tells me it's the Bucks.
Okay.
But because of but if there were Tre'Davious White, it might be a little bit different because he is a huge game changer. Because Tom Brady, if you get the Bills, bring the third most pressure up front in the National Football League.
Right.
That's a lot. So
And
if you can
Brady's
get Tom
weak
Brady,
point.
if you can get him pressure, I mean, it's been forever, and it actually is true, right?
Gotta
like
get
how
him
did
off the
Washington
spot.
run up that A gap, like the interior pressure for him always, right? So Bills are actually really good at that. Unfortunately, what they're also good at is backing it up. So if you look to see where they have success, it's because they're able to play man on the back end of bringing pressure. So you get pressure with fewer players, then you can stay playing man in the back. So you don't give them you want to give Tom Brady like a bunch of space? See ya. Like good luck. Like this
That'll be a problem.
You can't do that. You could maybe try that with Mac Jones because he doesn't know he's looking at yet. At least for like another, I don't know if he knows exactly what he's looking
Colleen gave me like a look.
I was just looking at you.
You turn around like, see, Mac Jones doesn't know what he's looking at. We're going to play this clip back.
Mac Jones is a model.
Colleen turned her face. She's like, you see that?
All right, fine. You know what? We're going to move on to a different game. We're going to go to a big NFC game.
Yep.
The Cardinals can basically lock up the division if they win over the Rams. The Rams, they finally are starting to look right again. I started to feel really shaky about them for a little bit, but this game, now that they have Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins back, what do you expect going on here?
I mean, I'm going to give a lot of credit to the Cardinals defense because, I mean, Buda Baker is literally everywhere. He's number 3, which is a little confusing, like from a number eye scheme situation. But that's like, he's not a safety. I mean, he's a safety, but he's not like your regular. And same with Isaiah Simmons, who's taking a big step forward this year. Like, first-round draft pick 2 seasons ago out of Clemson. Really good, like, super hybrid player, too. His last year was, like, confusing. Remember, like, they didn't have an offseason. So this season, he's taken this, like, monstrous step forward. So I think their defense is really what I'm really excited about this because both defenses are really, like, I'm not going to ever say, like, Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, like, ooh, this is a piece of cake. Like, you got it. Like, but I am going to say, like, James Conner has come on. That really is helpful. So Kyler Murray, he did have an ankle injury. He looked okay. He looked okay against the Bears, but he did have an ankle injury. So, like, maybe hand it off to James Conner. Like, that's nice. Have a little option so you don't have to be getting crushed on every play. Like, let's do that. So I do think the Cardinals win this one. I think the Cardinals are – I wish J.J. Watt was still there because I love depth on the defensive front, just like that in general. Did we ever think he was going to play the full season?
Never.
Probably not. But Chandler Jones has been awesome. So I'm going to give their defense a lot of credit and say that their defense makes a difference in this one because I've seen that Rams O-line look shaky.
How do you?
And just because you're good against the Jags, does that like mean you're
doesn't
back,
count?
baby?
No,
I don't know.
Doesn't count. But I have how much do you weight like human emotion? Like, how can you quantify that?
You can't.
Because the last time the Rams and Cardinals play, the Rams were still undefeated. Like, it was all this, like, the Rams are unstoppable. Then the Cardinals came into SoFi and kind of put their big boy pants on, and the Rams, tucked their tail between their legs and left. How much can you put into weight of Sean McVay being like, okay, this game has been circled on the schedule?
I can't. I'm an outsider. I'm not in there. I don't know. And by the way, if every
I am.
coach,
He's pissed. I've talked to him every day, and he's like, I hate this game.
I hate this game. You also don't know, like, it's just because someone's active, like, how healthy are they? Like, is DeAndre, because DeAndre Hopkins was on a pitch count last week.
Right.
That's it. I mean, he got his touchdown, he got 2 catches, whatever, like, but he's on a pitch count. So is he okay? Like, what's up? Where are we? Just because you're on the field doesn't mean you're like full go, full steam ahead, getting healthy at the right time. I don't know. So
what about for division games? Like, do you weight it differently?
It's always weighted differently because you see each other a lot, and it's just like
there's more data.
There's more data. There's more. I don't like in baseball. People like get into this fight like batter versus pitcher, and like some people think it's a fallacy and some people don't. And I'm like, well, if you face each other a number of times, you do learn something about each other. Although I will say there's erosion of talent over time. Blah blah blah. Blah. The whole thing is true. So you have to kind of like take it worth as a small fraction of
Cynthia,
something.
how do you have time to look into baseball analytics?
Oh, I like it. I know. The one I really like and I never get to talk about is basketball.
Oh
Really?
My God. Well, I know you
love
basketball.
college basketball. It's like my guilty pleasure. I try to only watch as like a fan because
I'm like behind on The Bachelorette because I have too much stuff going
The
on.
Bachelorette.
And like you are like, oh yeah, in my
I
free
don't do
time.
The Bachelorette.
I cannot stand The Bachelorette.
Why?
If all of these people stop being so emotional about everything, you're on an amazing vacation in a location nobody ever gets to go to. Like, shut up. I just like overall everything today.
You are fiery today.
I'm very cranky
I
today.
love it.
You know what I started
so much,
watching
Cynthia.
is Santa Inc. Do you guys have you
No,
heard
but
about
that's
this?
Let me guess what it's about. So Santa Inc. is either a Santa that's a tattoo artist, and you go in the
That would be so good.
That would be
he's
good.
like, hey, ho, 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 I'm gonna draw your tattoo, or it's people trying to get the best Santa tattoos.
No,
Nope,
are they making presents? Is it some sort of like
Closer, much closer than
Like,
it has
I'm saying
nothing to do with a
incorporated.
tattoo.
Oh,
Yes.
not like ink?
So it's Santa Incorporated. It's really I was like, I don't know about this. I thought it was a movie at first. It's actually like a series with Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman.
What?
And it's animated and it is so funny. It is completely
I'm gonna have to listen to this.
inappropriate
Love it.
and hilarious. And
Oh
the
my
episodes
God.
are like, I don't know, 20 minutes
Does your
or
mom
so.
let you
Perfect.
watch that?
Huh?
Your mom lets you watch
She
that?
does.
Oh,
Did you watch that Seth Rogen show with the pickle? American Pickle.
Yes.
It's on like every
Oh.
plane ride
Yes.
ever, and like I'm always like I can't watch it this time, and I'm like it's either that or a Tiffany Haddish movie for me on planes. Like those are my two things.
She doesn't listen to audio on movies on planes. She'll listen to her music and then just watch the movie.
I
and
put
kinda
on-
guess what happens.
I put on a
guess.
playlist on Spotify, and then I put on a movie with subtitles.
Isn't this strange behavior?
That's just a lot of like brain activity. You're reading, you're listening.
But
you're
I'm not. It's
watching.
like I'm not gonna watch. It's not like I'm like, oh, I better buckle in for like this blockbuster I've been waiting to see. Like, can't wait. Like, you're on a plane. Like, I'm gonna be irritated because people next to me are like coughing and getting up and going to the bathroom. I'm gonna put on a rom-com that I can read the titles, or maybe a musical. I've done that before where I know the songs.
Oh my gosh.
What?
So my brain
A lot of
occupies at a
stimulation.
higher level. You guys just wouldn't
Yeah.
understand.
Wow.
I
I'm sorry,
I
you
always
just said that
pretend-
you would watch a musical with the sound off.
Yeah.
With the
That's
sound off
exactly
and
what you
listening
said.
to a Spotify playlist.
You want to know something
Yeah.
crazy? You know the movie Coco, the animated movie of
Yep.
like the Day of the Dead?
Yep.
It was so cute
Oh,
the first
God.
time I watched it without the sound. I still cried. I still cried at it.
Stop it.
Still cried. But then I went home and Jet and I watched it with sound. Way better. I like really bawled that time. But on the plane, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like let me
Just
pause
telling
Coco.
your old story. It's like the opposite of reading a book, right? Like when you read a book, you make your own like picture of the movie coming on, right? You're the opposite.
Yeah.
You watch a movie and you make your own words.
Sometimes I'll listen to music, read a book, and read a movie.
So
No, I'm just
sometimes I think that Erica isn't listening to me when I'm talking.
Probably not.
And I'm basically the movie in this scenario.
Yes.
She's just
yeah.
not listening.
No, I need subtitles under Colleen so I can like actually take it in.
You're like, quick, go back 15 seconds.
Yep. And just hit
Go back.
hit
Yep.
the reverse. Hit
All
the
right.
reverse.
Get to your game.
Do we have to talk Raiders Chiefs? Like, I feel like, do you think the
yeah,
Raiders?
that's her #1 seed in the AFC.
Exactly though. That's what I'm.
I think
was
the
listening. I was
Chiefs
reading
game
your
out
subtitles.
here. The next week is the more interesting one for me.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, it's Thursday Night Football. You'll be here
Oh yeah.
ahead of the game. I
That's
don't think
right.
it's exclusive, so you will not be doing halftime.
I gotta double check.
Is
that
it?
one.
What am I
I don't know.
gonna
I don't know
watch?
when these exclusives are. Let me be clear. I have no
What am I
clue.
gonna watch during halftime? I don't know what I'm gonna watch. But no, Cynthia. So
Won't have the sound
we
on, that's
had
for sure.
we had the Reddit guy who does the coin. You've heard of the coin, the famous coin
What is this?
that picked the Raiders game. He won 12 in a row. He did analytics to figure out the win probabilities of the Raiders for the Raiders
It's
season.
like a weighted coin.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
it was going viral because he was 12 in a row. So then we had him on the show last week. The coin picked the Raiders to win against Washington.
Guess what Cynthia picked?
What'd you pick?
Washington.
Why?
Because of their run game.
See, she knows. She knows. Okay, so
No, look,
then
I'm
Raiders
not
Chiefs. Who are you picking for that one?
Chiefs.
But like, how could you not pick the Chiefs?
If
know what I mean?
I mean, look, the Raiders could win that game. This is not like a slam dunk, right? Like
Right.
it's a fact that the Raiders' interior offensive line is awful, and the Chiefs have been much better lately at getting pressure, especially in the middle. The Chiefs' defense is great. I mean, the Raiders' defensive front can bring a ton of pressure. Like that could be a problem. This isn't a slam dunk.
This happens every single year with the Chiefs and their defense. Spags, I don't know why. It takes a bit for them to get going, but then once you hit December, late November, they're good.
And the Raiders don't play well from behind, so it's like
They literally have
They're
like
slow.
a so like on brand for being in Las Vegas type of play style, like big play or like nothing.
right.
Right, like I'd like to be in 3rd and 27. That's where
Right.
we're the best. Like
Yeah.
last year, and I still think this year. I haven't double checked this week, but last year, best team on 3rd and 15 or longer. Also, worst team on 3rd and short, meaning other than under 6. Like it's just like ridiculous, but which is so on brand. Like you're play
funny.
well. Yeah, go play roulette.
Yeah, seriously. So this game is when I look at it, it's just like Jesus. Like we may have jinxed it with the coin guy, but that loss to the football team, it was so close. But the Raiders, they have scored less than 16 in 4 of their last 5 games. Like they're just slow on offense. Like I just do not like.
And the Chiefs are
Trust
slow.
it.
This year, actually, the Chiefs are. We always think about Patrick Mahomes as being like quick strike. He's going to score in like 4 seconds.
Year.
No, this year it's like Grandpa Mahomes, right? Like everything, their drives are taking forever. Their strategy
Well, he
is
has a new baby. He might not be sleeping at night.
right. Yep. There's a lot of TikTok videos. I can't even. Like
His
that's
brother on TikTok is a whole
And
other.
wife.
Tell me about his
animal.
brother on TikTok.
Oh my
a
God,
lot.
his brother is
It's a lot.
crazy.
Actually, it's actually pretty
What?
funny. It's like a rabbit hole. Like, save
Yeah.
it for like a plane when you have
Yeah.
like an hour or two to
You
kill.
gotta go through it, and you gotta go through the comments are
Give me
horrible.
the Cliff Notes version.
He like
what's going on?
does sultry dances to like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
be
right. He got in
sexy.
trouble for
Yeah, but
dancing
now
on logos
he apparently
in
has a
Washington.
girlfriend, so he's been posting these like sexy TikTok dances with his girlfriend.
Okay.
And a lot of people are like, "Yo, Pat Mahomes, like, why you TikToking?" And he's like, "Pat." There's one TikTok where Pat's eating chips in the background, and it's his wife
Yep.
and
Patrick's
his
wife.
and Patrick's wife and his brother, and like they're doing a TikTok dance, and
he's
he's just
like-
in the back eating. Like he
Yeah.
hates
It's just
his life.
No, he doesn't hate it. I just think, look, like everyone needs their. Look, can you imagine if you were married to Patrick Mahomes, you'd want your own stuff too. Like you'd be like,
Right.
dang it, like this kid. First of all, he's like a great human, and like people are giving him stuff not because he's a jerk and just happens to be really good at football, but he actually like is a really good kid too. Well, I say kid because I'm like 600 years old now, but he's a good human, and he's like kind, and like it's very hard to find anything not to like about him. And like, dang it, everyone likes you. I need my own thing. Give me my
Yeah.
TikTok right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I'm
hard.
jealous. Like I wish I could go viral on TikTok.
You've been trying.
I have been trying. I've been posting a few things.
Well, what do I need to do? I like somebody scared me that someone was gonna just steal my name, so I like made a TikTok. I've never once.
There you go.
Smart.
Well,
There you
somebody
go.
scared me that like then and then like I say your name and then people think it's you, and I'm like, it is not. I don't. Do you think I have time for this?
Actually, my TikTok account is Cynthia Frelund.
Erica stole it already.
I would make
Cynthia,
it better.
are you
Yeah.
going to the holiday party?
I am.
Ooh.
Very exciting.
The office is buzzing.
Literally, this is the first time ever where everyone's like, "We're going." Is it because
I
of
know.
COVID or what?
I
Like,
think COVID. I think last year the holiday party was on Zoom, and they like did a
okay. I didn't
raffle
even
for
do
like
that.
a $10 Target gift card. No, I don't know what they did, but it was on Zoom, and the pandemic, and it's at SoFi. Not to brag.
right. I also want to know about what are these activations on the field?
On-field activations. I'm so
Yeah,
in
what does
for.
that word
Well,
mean?
because
Big
like
word.
games.
Don't know.
I don't
Like,
know.
there's
I think
gonna
of
be
like
games.
I think of virtual reality, but like that's not what it is, right? Or I think of like, are we gonna throw like you know the Pepsi halftime or the Dr Pepper where they throw?
Yes.
I
Like,
think
are we doing
so.
stuff like that? Are we competing?
I hope
'Cause you're not allowed to
Combine
wear
drills.
heels.
Well, I read that as you can't wear heels on the field, so you can take them off.
I'm not
right?
gonna go barefoot. Like what
On
kind of
SoFi,
heathen?
that turf is
I think it's like
flawless.
bring a separate set of
What, you're gonna
shoes.
throw your Jordans in a backpack and bring them for the
No,
the
I'm not gonna
activations?
do on-field activations. Like
I
I'm
just
gonna
don't know what
go
it-
there to drink.
Like,
and
are
hang
people
out.
bringing their kids, and that like the kids are gonna like? Because that'd be entertaining to be like, hey, we could like
There's
I
no
could
way they're
I
bringing
could make
kids.
odds on this, right? Hans'
Oh.
kid is gonna do this. Sessler's kid's gonna do that.
They're not
That'd
bringing
be
their kids. I could
hilarious.
put odds on that.
Oh,
Well, we'll just
shoot.
do it with
I like
them.
betting on their kids to do activations on the field at SoFi. Like, can you imagine
Yeah.
if I got fired for that?
Well, it depends.
Why did you get fired? Well, I signed the gambling policy, and then at the holiday party,
I
I
started
actually
betting.
was a bookie
Yeah.
for making odds on our coworkers' kids doing activations on the field. No big deal.
That's
We're gonna
amazing.
talk about this more offline.
Caesars.
I'm interested in doing some things with this. So.
Hey, Serge, if you're listening, how many do I got to drink to do some activations on the field?
Hey.
Let me know.
Cynthia,
Splitties, let us know.
this was awesome. Thanks for
having
coming
me,
by.
guys, you know?
Let's hang out tonight at the holiday party.
Can't wait to see you there.
And we won't tell anyone about the bets that we place.
What bets?
Exactly.
Oh, there she goes. I love her.
She's the best.
She's the best.
She's so smart.
So
she's
much
so
insight.
funny. I know. And energy, too. She
Ugh.
brings it all.
Brings it all.
She's bringing energy today for my lack of energy.
No, I think you've done a great show today, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
I think
I'm
you
giving
did really
myself
great.
like a solid C.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It can only go up from
It
here.
can only go up from here. I think we both did. We did our best.
Shall we do a little split end of the week?
Oh, you know it.
Ooh, when those drums come in, it can only mean one thing. It's time for the split end of the week. Hit me with the saxophone.
Just so good. That might be.
So good.
I think that's my favorite part of the show.
Easily.
It's Aaron. Great job.
Great job, Aaron.
So our split end of the week is: should my cause, my cleats be every single game because they are so dope and important?
Where do you come down on this?
Absolutely. I think that every single week the players should be allowed to wear whatever cleats they want, especially if it's supporting a good cause.
Right, I agree. We're not super split on this, but I was trying to think about when I was, brushing my teeth this morning. I'm in the mirror and I'm thinking about the split end of the week because it just, takes over my entire being.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, but if they're doing it every week,
It's
do
not
these
special.
causes not come as highlighted because it's just, it's there every game.
The novelty of it.
Right.
wears
So it's
off.
like it's this one week we get to look at who posted what or who's doing what for their charities. Like, does it take away the importance?
Splitties,
Let us know what
let
you
us
think.
know. And make sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell
Yes.
all of your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, everybody about Split Ends and how amazing it is. And guess what?
What?
See you next week.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Maybe I'll have a new ringtone.
No, you can't change that ever.
All right, that's true. In the meantime,
Let's split.
Nailed it.